his name? Laninovich?
Billy Laninovich.
Billy Laninovich.
Old school name for you folks out there that have been around since 2000.
Laninovich.
Laninovich.
Have I ever guys told you about my encounter?
Oh, no. Let's hear this.
As a little kid, this is why I've always kind of been a little bit of a fan of Billy Laninovich.
Okay.
Young kid, probably 05. What year did he win the race in San Francisco?
I think it was 05.
05 factory connection Honda.
Hold on. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll let you know.
I'm pretty
for
sure it's 05 San
Keep
Francisco.
Sobe No Fear.
Was
it Sobe then? No,
I don't
Sobe
think
might have come on later.
No. Anyway, my dad ran a stereo shop, parts and accessories, all that, local to Battle Creek, Michigan.
You've told me this story.
And I think I've told him this story.
Yep.
But, he was in town training with Stanton, because Stanton would have guys in before Red Bud every year.
Yep.
And
Carmichael's ass in shape.
Yep. Stanton used to always bring his vehicles into my dad's shop to get done with window tint and all that stuff. Laninovich's van needed some window tint and a remote start and stuff. So my dad calls me up one day. He's like, hey, or calls my mom, hey, bring Cole up to the shop real quick. And there's this van sitting in there. Opens up the door, 132 factory connection Honda sitting in there. I'm like, holy smoke. Didn't really know a ton of this about the sport at that age, but I was like, this guy was just on Transworld this month. Went home, got the Transworld magazine. It's him just throwing it upside down at Castillo Ranch. And they had a segment in Stone Spray Sandwich of him doing it.
Yeah.
And brought it in. He came in, signed it, was super cool, like awesome guy. And that was just my experience with him. Like he just was like super down to earth and super cool to me. So I always kind of was a fan of him.
Unpopular
San Francisco 2005, correct.
Unpopular opinion for all the Laninovich fans that love the 132. I actually always thought he was better on number 50.
Yeah, he did run the number 50 for a while.
Yeah.
But I do look
He was
back-
more relevant consistently on 50.
Yeah, I think Billy Laninovich was the perfect, like, B guy. All the way through his career. Like,
Well, I mean, that team was fucking wild back in the day, too.
Well, factory KTM when he rode for them.
Yep.
And then he had a real nice stint with Factory Connection Honda there.
Yep.
This is a guy that carried a factory ride pretty much all the way through his whole career. I got a shot at Factory Cowie for a little bit. Did he ride for JGR at one point? No, everybody did. But
Josh Summey.
No, either way, it's a really cool story, and it hits a little closer to home for me.
He rode 4 races for Factory Cowie in 2009.
Yeah. So it hits a little closer to home for me just because of that experience I had with the guy. And I would love to see him make a main event. I truly believe he can. I truly believe he can.
I think it's going to be cool for me seeing Billy, because he comes from a time where, for me, obviously, I grew up in the 90s through stuff, so way before that. But, like, that was a time, the mid-2000s, I always talk about it and the whole, like, get off my lawn thing. For me, the mid-2000s motocross, supercross, on every level, amateur and professional, was the gnarliest time physically, mentally, and just what was going on in the industry. Then people talk about the 90s and even go back to the 80s about smoking cigarettes, and then the 90s was a party. I think from 2000 to 2009, Moto will never be at a higher level in the sense of shit was just off the wall. Guys were coming out of nowhere. SoCal, like, left and right. Everybody was partying all the time, riding in the hills. There was more tracks than ever. The bikes weren't great because we were doing this transition to 4 strokes. But Laninovich comes from a time for me that was really special because, dude, it was just that was the Wild West as far as dirt bikes were concerned in the professional sense. And I fully believe he can make every main that he like, if he doesn't have any bike issues, because I don't know what his help's going to look like. And it's going to be cool. It's just going to be cool because, dude, he was a bad dude on a dirt bike for a long time. Yeah. There might be a lot of people watching him going, who's fucking Billy Laninovich? But, yeah, man.
No,
he
was a bad dude.
He was
race winner.
Man, and like I said, he's got that SoCal vibes.
Got the long SoCal hair, dude.
Yeah. So this will be interesting to see. I mean, I think for all of us vet riders, we're pumped on it.
He is leading the charge on VRM
does
right
he,
now. He's VRM team
Does he
captain.
make mains?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's riding a Yamaha, so.
Yep.
Team Faith.
Yep. Team Faith is hauling his stuff around, so that's super cool. He was very faithful the other night, which is a guy who's like starting down this path towards spirituality. It's cool to kind of hear that kind of stuff.
And I'll tell you what, his whoop speed still looks good.
Yeah, so
I haven't seen any videos of him
Oh,
yet,
dude,
but I've
his-
been
his
looking.
what's
so.
his-
He didn't forget how to ride a bike.
No,
that's for
dude.
sure.
Well, he did a lot of. He was doing classes there for a while too.
He was talking about that on Pulp about how he's like, yeah, so I just, I'm real easy on it. He's like, I didn't jump the triple for like the first 3 laps or something like that.
Did I watch the video of him riding? I think it was at Fox? And he's riding a 250F, so that was the weird thing. And it was like, other than maybe an exhaust system and some fuel.
He's
and
not riding 250.
What?
He's riding a 450.
He was practicing on 450
He was,
for a little while,
but he was
gonna-
riding a 250 in this video.
How old was it?
It was like back in the summertime.
Maybe because
I
he's
don't
been.
know.
No,
he's
I'm not
been-
saying.
he's been-
I'm not saying he's riding a 250. I'm saying this video he was riding.
Oh,
a
okay.
250.
I'm just saying because like in his interview, he's like, yeah, I'm only riding the 450 right now, and the 250 I won't ride until we get to the races.
This video was back in the summertime, and I don't even know if it was his. To my point, it was funny to watch him. You talk about how easygoing he is, and I'm sitting there watching him, and I'm like, okay. And then a lot of it was like just music over it, and then it went raw. And you're just listening to him, and I swear the whole entire video, this motherfucker didn't get past 3,000 RPMs, and I'm just watching him. I'm like, that is really not how guys ride 250s anymore.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I'm like, Porcel.
Yeah. So, no, all around cool story. If you can put it in the
super
main.
cool.
God, I hope he does well.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a bunch of people in the pits too, because a bunch of us old dudes like us who remember him are gonna go by and say hi, which will be super cool.
Yeah.
To see too. So
Out of left field comeback. But
yeah, super weird, super random. So, but
It'd
it's
be cool
awesome.
to see more of those guys do that.
Yep. All right.